I'm recording.
Yeah.
Camera recording.
Yeah, we're recording. Everything.
Camera.
Yeah.
Nisha.
Yeah.
He's not recording, Misha. I'm gonna sue you there. No, if it is, I'll pay you. Don't worry. Ladies and gentlemen, is your boy MDK, Mr. I woke up like this.
Hey.
Apparently, I'm not allowed to say I'm your boy because I'm a grown-up man.
Come on,
So
man.
I'm your guy.
Yep.
I've got my co-pilot. She goes by the name Miss Anonymous.
Thank you. Molani Sanbanani Dumelang. Hey.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even making it up when I say I'm chilling with a legend here.
Yeah.
I'm chilling with someone that when I looked at his resume, I was like, wait a minute. Gangs of Instrumental. A TV show, yeah. City says la, and there's Deep City.
Yeah.
Says top la. The Black Door. Side Dish. Isita, which translate, I think, the enemy.
Yeah.
Sam Sokolo. We're talking about movies like Loving Togoza, Clean Job, Boxing Day.
Wow.
All round, he also done something called Masterclass as well, which we'll dig into it as we go along. How you doing, Pramandla?
I'm all right, man. God is good, you know, all the time. Yeah. That's why we're here right now, you know. It's because of him.
Yeah. Now, I don't usually get nervous when I do a podcast. The reason why I'm nervous is because I'm got a director. So when I'm with a director, you probably may be thinking, nah, move the chair to the right.
Trust me, my brother.
That light must
I don't
be...
know this medium. This is such a beautiful medium for me. I don't know this medium. Me, I know films, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a different ball game. I'm sure the concept is the same.
Yeah.
But trust me, right now, I'm at your mercy, brother.
No. Thank you.
Hola.
Now, there's an ordinary person watching the podcast right now.
Sure.
Who is this humble guy here on Pine in the Signal? If you were to introduce Mandla to the people, how would you introduce Mandla to the people?
Basically, Mandla N is a young man from Soweto.
Yeah.
You know, born, bred, Pinville.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm a storyteller. I'm a storyteller. My purpose is to basically just export our stories. That's why I'm here right now.
Yeah.
And the beauty about it is, you know, that we're making history because this is the first podcast in London that's ever interviewed Mandla N. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it might seem like nothing right now.
Yeah.
But 20 years from now,
Yeah.
this is going to be something else. So thank you very much for being part of my biography, brother.
Nah, thank you. We really appreciate that, man. Thank you for popping in.
Honestly.
Now, before we start, Mr. Anonymous, have you got that track lined up for me so that we can just remind people where this guy started, you know?
Great times, yeah.
Jeez, Gangs of Instrumental.
Yeah.
What is that about?
I mean, Gang of Instrumentals was, you know, a young band. Obviously, I was studying at the time. I was studying filmmaking at AFTA.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was dating a young lady called Dumi Masimola. She was really, really great, you know, in terms of music and all sorts of things. And I was like, okay, cool, let me be part of your dream.
Yeah.
You know, I was initially supposed to be the manager of Gang of Instrumentals, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. And then went into studio, you know, enjoyed the whole craft and everything, and then got a Rasta man called Bongo, right? And then, you know, after like, you know, 3 songs, you know, I was introducing the songs, hyping the songs up, because obviously I was like really into this thing.
Yeah.
And we decided to form a band called Gang of Instrumentals.
Okay.
And then it just blew up, you know. It blew up. It took us pretty much everywhere around the world, you know. We played even with the BB King's band. Can you imagine that?
Okay.
Wow.
And the nice thing about Gang of Instrumentals is there was really crossover music.
Yeah.
So we would play in the middle of Soweto and then take a flight and play you know, at the Queen's Plate with, you know, white people and Indians, coloreds singing, you know, because we had a crossover sound.
Yeah.
And it was great at that time because you had bands such as, you know, Gang of Instrumentals, Freshly Ground, and everyone was open.
Yeah, I remember Freshly Ground.
Yeah, everyone was open to that, you know, cross-cultural sound.
Yeah.
But so, it was really exciting times. I mean, it showed me the world. But, you know, obviously film is doing a different, you know, thing other than the music side. But yeah, it was exciting times.
I mean, we'll get to the final destination, which is Piano Love. But before we get there, let's come with it from Ekasi.
Sure.
Born in, were you born in Pinville?
Pinville, Soweto. Yeah, Pinville, Soweto. Then from there, obviously, after completing my trick, I told my parents I want to, do this film thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, what the hell, I'm a place. They didn't understand.
They didn't understand that.
Yeah.
But wait,
rightfully so, though.
Before the matriculator,
yeah.
Let's take it from SK.
SK.
School.
And,
what kind of a kid
remember,
were you?
For me, I believe I had the best of both worlds.
Okay.
Like a lot of kids in my era, you know what I mean? From primary school, I was in Soweto full on.
Okay. So there was no private?
No private, nothing, my brother. You walk to school, you've got Malbisi sometimes, you've got all sorts, you know what I mean? Yeah, and obviously you stoked, you're a young man.
Yeah.
And then from there, high school, I went to the burbs.
Oh.
Yeah, so now you understand, I'm from the era where when you go to the burbs, you go down maybe 3 grades.
Yeah.
Or 2 grades, just to learn English first.
Yeah. Before see anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So obviously you go down 2 grades, then from there high school, did my high school, you know what I mean, at De La Salle. And it gave me my age of storytelling. So I understand what the client wants and I understand what the market wants when it comes to South Africa.
Yeah, but when you get there, how was the process for you learning English? You can't really speak the language. What are some of the challenges?
For a kid, it's not that bad, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So for me, I didn't really find it hard. They embraced me because obviously I had a bit of funny bone and things like that.
Yeah.
Also as well, you as a kid, you don't judge yourself like right now. You know, right now, when you speak English off, now you become self-conscious. You understand? Now you go through depression, especially South Africans. Wow. But as a young man, we never had any of that. So obviously, I had to grasp very fast, and I did. And so that was that process.
Okay, then we matriculate. After matriculating,
high school was beautiful. High school, that's when I started embracing my inner dude.
Okay,
my inner brew. Yeah, I played rugby.
Okay,
played cricket. I was really great sports. I was a sportsman.
Apparently, you played disc.
Played rugby. Disky, I played for Soweto. That's how great I was with soccer. You know what I mean? Played for Soweto. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I played with the Tapelo Diaos of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Proper players that played pro.
Yeah.
I did. You know what I mean? High school.
Okay.
And then when I matriculated, I was like, the sports thing is not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, the sports thing,
But why would you say that? Had you seen something?
I'm from a family of artists. You understand? Yeah. My dad has always been an artist. He enjoyed his music. Yeah. Also, as well, I remember, back in the day, we used to sit and watch Abos Kudis Nice, Abos Tumo, all sorts of things. You understand?
Okay.
So now you would sit there and kind of be in awe of these characters. Yeah. And then when Martin Lawrence, do you remember a show called Ma'in?
Oh, yeah.
That's in Living Color. Is it Living Color?
Not Living Color.
It's called
Shinene something.
Yeah, Shinene. When that show dropped. Yeah, brother. Okay. When that show dropped, it changed my entire life.
Is it?
Yeah, because I was like, no, I want to do exactly what Martin Lawrence is doing.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, okay, cool, I need to study film. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was okay, cool, I want to act as well.
Yeah.
I want to do all of that.
Were you interested in theatre at all? Like, was at high school? Did you ever
get
into school plays?
I did.
Yeah?
I went to school plays. I did a lot.
Were you in production or were you actually acting?
Full on production. No, not production. Sorry, acting. Production. Acting is production. So obviously I wasn't. Acting.
You were actually acting with the script,
especially in high school. Yeah, high school I was acting with script. Production were the teachers really.
Yeah.
So I was acting. And I even represented my school in Shakespearean plays.
OMG.
Wow.
Yeah, I played Oberon at one play. It was Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, represented my school. We'd go to Parktown Girls because obviously they didn't have guys. So when they had the huge productions, they would audition guys from all the different high schools.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how deep I was, And obviously got the role of Oberon, which was a huge character. And
Sick.
yeah. And then from there, that's when I was like, you know what, this is my love. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I cannot do anything else.
Okay. Wow. Good shoot when you are more what we call a mixed breed. You've got that Kasi and that Burbs.
Yeah.
And you measure it, then it just explodes.
It made a lot of sense. And my approach, even in making the music, it was like that. Because I was like, hey, son, I can't really do the quietos and all of that because it's saturated. You understand? Now you're thinking like a...
Because there we are rapper, ne?
I'm rapper. And then I was like, all right, guys, we need to whatever we do, we need to cross over because that's where the money's at.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So how do we cross over? So every song we do needs to have that rock guitar feel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what differentiates us.
Yeah.
And also the drums, we don't do the 4-bar, we do the triple. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So that,
you see?
Sure.
So that at least we can cross over, you know? Even the white people can dance.
Dance to it.
You understand?
I like that. I like
so
that.
that was a strategy in creating Gang of Instrumentals.
Okay.
And in getting a guy called Bongo Riot, it just cemented everything.
Okay.
Because obviously he was really, really hood. So he understood the market, you know.
Yeah.
Even the hooks, he's really great. They call him Chorus King, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he brought in that flavor and we created Gang of Instrumentals. And that's how the whole music came about. Yeah.
Okay. So what about your parents? I mean, were they into music at all? This girl and saying,
you know, they were not in the beginning. They were not pro the whole film thing and all that. And also as well, I wanted to go to AFTA, which was very expensive.
Yeah.
And they thinking, they're paying for this guy to go do acting. You know, it didn't make sense. They wanted me to be.
What did they want you to be?
Yeah, I mean, at least some business
Doctor.
courses, accounting.
Yes, typical stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, because they were like, we're not gonna invest so much money into you to go do plays. Till my mom saw me in an ad, it changed my entire life because now she could brag to her friends with and she became a celebrity.
Oh, through the advert.
Yeah, through the advert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she was like, hey, mina manja bengazi ukuthi lento yenu inenza famous so.
Wow. Which advert was this, by the way?
It was a Coke, so you understand it's a Coke.
Yeah, no.
Global, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then immediately after that, I did another huge beer ad.
Okay.
Called Carling Black Label, where I was saving
Emma
people
George.
off planes. Yeah, it was a huge ad. You know what I mean? I shot for about 5 days in Cape Town. I was a young man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And, I was saving people out of planes and all sorts of things. So for South Africa, it was like, that's a huge budget ad.
That sounds like a James Bond shindig, right?
Brilliant. It was something else.
Now
and then after that, then I was in the business.
Yeah. Wow. Let's talk about your acting, because you're a director, you've made movies. I saw a big resume. Were you in City Sesla, or at that time were you directing?
City Sesla, I was directing. So basically, City Sesla, I wrote City Sesla while I was studying.
Okay.
Went to AFTA, met everybody who was kind of like me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Who obviously the thinking was exactly, where I was at.
Okay.
And we were like, okay, hey, we're tired of these shows where, when you watched, back in the day when you watched the soapies.
Yeah.
This one would speak Zulu.
Yeah.
And that one would speak Afrikaans.
Oh, yeah.
And they would respond to each other like they can hear each other.
Yeah.
And that they can't hear each other. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So we then created a show called City Sesla where we acknowledge that, hey, dude,
See
your language, I can't hear you, brother.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Exactly.
Zulu,
But I can't hear you.
but what are you saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gosh.
And, and after the 3rd episode, it was the highest watched sitcom in the country.
Okay.
Yeah. So it just, took kind of like, our brand and everything I was building to another level.
Okay.
Now, everywhere in South Africa, they know, okay, that's Mandla.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't Mandla, it was Mtimbanator.
That's
yeah.
true.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
And
Talking about Mtimbanator, Your name is Mandla N.
Yes.
But initially, I think you used a different surname.
Yeah.
Because you used then Mandla N.
Phela mina amasiko, and as a black person in South Africa, you're not just black, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mbaningi, you are traveling with a whole lot
Roots.
of people,
A
whole lot of roots behind you and all sorts.
Sure.
So before my grandfather died, he said, hey, he called the whole family and he was like, hey, my guy, and everybody, this is not your surname. I had to change my surname back in the day so that at least I can get a job, because the white people could pronounce my mom's surname.
Right.
Oh.
So you guys all need to change your surname to Ngongwane, because I am Ngongwane.
Yeah.
And already me, with the little that I had, I thought I was a superstar. I was Mandla N. Everyone knew me as Mandla N.
Yeah.
And then I was like, now I must switch,
everything
to Mandla Ngongwane. But luckily, it all worked out because it's both N.
Hence Mandla N.
Ngongwane. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me just go Mandla N. And it worked for me. It worked for me for years. I mean, right now, I'm known as Mandla N in South Africa.
What about Umtulo? As you were making music and then you're acting and rebranding, did that affect anything?
No, not at all. Remember, as a young man, you don't see those things. You're like, yeah, brilliant. Now I'm singing. Oh, now I'm taking out a TV show. Now I'm doing all of that.
Yeah.
I never had a lot of that because it all came out same time.
Okay.
You understand? I had City Sesla, the highest white sitcom, and I've got Gang of Instrumentals, and it's crossing over.
Yeah.
So my market from Gang of Instrumentals, they didn't really know City Sesla because City Sesla was SABC One.
Something different, yeah.
You understand?
So they got no clue.
They got no clue that I'm I'm a TV star.
Yeah.
They're just coming to the shows. They booking me pretty much everywhere on this side in terms of my market. So my market was your 5FM, your Highveld, and all sorts musically.
Yeah.
And then from a TV show, strictly Venek Parada, SABC One. Yeah.
So how do we transition from Gangs of Instrumental to say, hey guys, listen, I'm cool. I'm gonna go this way. I think this is where my bread is.
I remember, for me, my passion has always been directing.
Yeah.
Even at college, I studied directing. You understand? The acting, it was default. That's why I did it deeps, and then I pulled out to basically fulfill my purpose, because that's what I do. I'm a director, And from a transition point of view, with the music and the directing, it was pretty easy, because no matter how you look at it, everything is storytelling.
Yeah.
And because my passion has always been behind the scenes, I'm able to kind of, bring out the best in everyone that I'm working with. Also psychologically, even if you're coming in as a non-actor, I can make sure that I get everything, out of you.
Out of you.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Just in terms of my methods, what I do, all of that stuff. Also, it's part of my schooling and experience. And the fact that, as I said, best of both worlds. So I know how to direct English.
Yeah.
And also the guy from Britain. I could direct.
A British.
I totally get it.
So did you feel comfortable as an actor, or did you feel uncomfortable? Was it easy for you when you were acting?
No, I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I put everything in it. You know, even if you watch the episodes and it was really great. I enjoyed every bit of it. But you are acting Napa. When I'm acting with you, I'm also saying your lines in my head.
I was going to ask you that,
And also as well, before they call cut, I'm like, okay, let me see playback. All right, okay, cool.
Maybe we can change.
No, let me do take 2.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
I'm becoming
already
technical about my craft.
Hectic.
And also as well, when you've got other scenes, I'm sitting with the director.
Ooh. Don't worry, I'm gonna sue you. Apparently, you got loads of cash.
I wish.
Boom, let's look at it there.
It's all good.
It's this side.
That's it, boom.
Oh, system Nandi.
Let's get Nandi after this.
Yes.
How about it?
Brilliant. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Continuation. Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, you were talking about your acting before actela, but let's go. Let's go. Acting. Yeah, between acting and directing.
So I was directing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was looking at playback. I was questioning directors.
Yeah.
Also, and remember, it was my show. You know what I mean? It's not like they commissioned me to produce the show.
Okay.
And remember, I was 19 at the time, and we are managing millions.
Yeah.
You see, so obviously I'm monitoring the directors, I'm monitoring the line producers, I'm monitoring everything, and I have to act.
Okay.
Yes.
So after some time, So after some time, I decided, nah, you know what? Let me focus on my core calling.
Yeah.
What I know best, which is directing. That's why after that, when I created all the different sitcoms and the dramas, I was in the rightful seat.
Yeah. But as you're starting now, you're going into directing. Who did you look up to? There must have been like a focal
Definitely.
point.
Me, I'm a Martin Scorsese type of director.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand, with Martin Scorsese, in terms of his camera work and all sorts of things, I really loved his craft. Also, as well, how he treats and forms his characters.
Yeah,
I was obsessed with Martin Scorsese.
Okay.
Casino, Goodfellas.
Those are all amazing.
Yeah, those are classics. You see.
Yeah.
And then another director I followed was Quentin Tarantino.
Gosh,
his Off the Wall is very crazy. You understand? Also,
he's deep. He's too extreme, though.
No, I love his work. And the nice thing about it is the freedom to go there, the freedom to imagine. You know what I mean? Also, as well, he offends, which is beautiful. I like offending as well. When I tell my stories, I have to offend so that people can be like, hey, geez, did you see it was pretty triggering and all sorts of things. Yeah. Also, he makes social commentary. I really enjoy his social commentary. I mean, you remember when Django came out?
Oh, yes.
They spoke about how many times the word
N-word
was used. You understand?
Yes.
But
that's
remember,
true.
that's deliberate. That's why we're speaking about him today.
To start the conversation.
In the biggest podcast in London.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
We're speaking about the guy.
Yeah.
So it was deliberate.
That's true.
You see.
I like that. What about the likes of with Spike Lee and
I love Spike Lee. I feel like Spike Lee, I didn't really get to experience his work because he created a whole lot of work in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he paused for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I believe as a director, you must never pause. You must never, maybe it was the system pulling him back. I don't know what his politics were. But, when I was really looking at films, he wasn't making a lot of films, you know what I mean? And then he came back in his later years to create some films,
So he was diverted by politics in a way?
I don't know. They didn't fund him.
Yeah.
You know, my man, making movies, it's very expensive making movies. So I feel like, America didn't really back Spike Lee the way they needed to, especially in the beginning. He made some historic movies, and that type of director needed to be backed like Spielberg. If you look at Spielberg, he's making a movie every year. But,
100%.
But as you know, it's a different world. It's exactly like then in South Africa. When I started, I saw my peers were already shooting commercials, doing all sorts of things only because of their skin color. I had to build the black brain from the ground up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's exactly that.
Now, at some point, I was in America. I was talking to my friend called Tyler Perry.
Nice.
And he told me that you were at his studios. Please tell me about this experience where you now go to America. Apparently, you went to the Tyler.
I've got a boy of mine in Atlanta. His name is Griff. He's a comedian, so he comes to South Africa a whole lot of times. To do shows and all sorts. So I was in Atlanta, just seeing him.
Yeah.
And then one of Griff's friend was like, hey, I'm working on the show. I think it was called Love and Basketball.
Okay.
And there's a huge reunion episode. So I was like, hey, my man, I wanna be there. I wanna see the
what's
studios,
going on,
everything. Tyler Perry, let's go.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, cool. You know what? I'll give you access and get you
make it happen.
And then he did, and what an experience.
Wow.
I mean, I saw how the amount of work they put into their studios. Also as well, how they take themselves so seriously. You know what I mean? In terms of, everything is huge.
Okay.
I mean, I watched some of the Tyler Perry stories in the movies, not bad. Not bad. But the amount of, money that they throw at him in terms of corporate America, it's huge. The support that he gets is huge,
I could imagine,
which is beautiful. And, those studios, I think he's got about 19 big studios within, he took over an army base.
Yes, it used to be an army base,
those studios,
And converted this.
Yeah, converted everything and built all those studios, which inspired me to build my studios in Johannesburg as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've used that same model to build my own studios in Joburg.
Okay.
Wow. Are we going to be seeing you in Medea very soon, or creating your own version of Medea?
No. Remember, I'm a director. I'm a film director through and through. You know what I mean? Yeah, the acting, I mean, I did all of that. Jumaima. I was Jumaima.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
wowzer.
You know, so I had my version of my day in City Sesla, you know, back in the day. Yeah. But for me, you know, I'm a director.
Okay. Let's go into Black Brain.
Yeah.
How do you come up with the idea? Who started that? Is it your thing? Is it something that had already been started before?
I started it when I was studying.
Okay.
You know, Black Brain, and I was 19 at the time.
Yeah.
Garage, you know. I've also got my Steve Jobs type story.
Story to tell.
I
Oh, wow.
started at my garage. You understand? I was there, you know, bought the laptops, bought everything, you know, from the ad money. Remember, I used to do ads.
Yeah.
So ads and also industrial theater, where you go down in, you know,
into acting like this.
No, down like 4-5 meters. Underground.
Oh, underground.
Oh.
Training miners. That's where I made a little bit of my money. You know what I mean? Doing Kamputs dances, basically teaching them about black lung, teaching them about PPE, safety, all of that.
Yeah.
I'd gather a lot of that money.
Yeah.
And then I'd build kind of like, you know, my office.
Okay.
And obviously my partner at the time, obviously, you know, she was there backing me up, making sure with everything is good, and then started selling my concepts and my shows. Yeah. Yeah. My motto was, you know, a proposal can change your life forever.
Sure.
And it did.
You
know,
I like
one
that.
proposal.
Yeah.
One proposal.
That's it.
So for me, I've always spent my time creating proposals. That's my job every day. And I tell my staff, if we're not taking out 3 proposals a week, we are not in business. You know what I mean?
True.
Irrespective of what it is, you need that guy that's always writing and taking out proposals.
Where do you take them to? Who do you have your direct? Some
corporates.
Corporates
every day, channel.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always selling the next show, the next, you know, ad, the next sitcom, the next concept, all the time. I need to. If I'm not, it's a problem. Remember, lifeline of any business is new business.
True.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So obviously, you know, I always have to make sure we're okay, cool. New business is always taken care of.
Wow.
Because, hey man, it's what gets everyone waking up in the morning, coming to Black Brain, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we employ about 500 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
With Black Brain.
With Black Brain, you know what I mean? Just, it's a TV business.
Yeah.
But it's 500 employees. And remember, you are impacting about 4,000 lives, because obviously the 500 are the breadwinners. Yeah. And obviously the extended families and all of that, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So why Black Brain? I mean, the name, did you sit at home and just think,
Black Brain, I remember I started
it
about 94.
Yeah.
You know, 94, 93.
Okay.
And remember 94, Nelson Mandela was coming out. You know, it was freedom. We gained freedom. In
we gained
True.
freedom.
Yes,
94.
94. He came out 93, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then 94 is the first time we voted.
That's when,
Yes. Yeah.
So obviously when I started the business, it had to be politically correct.
Yeah.
You understand? So Black Brain, absence of color, presence of mind.
Wow.
Because black is the absence of color, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously for us, it was, you know, a both strategic and also as well, it was, you know, conceptual.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You know, we're not, black is not a color really.
True.
Yeah. So our stories are not about color. They transcend pretty much everything. Yeah. But then again, to that young man, Soweto in the township, when they hear Black Brain, they're like, "Oh, that's my guy." That's
yeah.
And then obviously the corporates, you know, in Gamlas, when I speak to them, when I say Black Brain, they're like, "Hey, what's up with the Black Brain?" It's, no, it's absence of color, presence of mind.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then it makes sense to them, you know?
Yeah. And what's the other movie that you make? Is it Black Box, or is it there's one movie that you have? Is it called Black?
Yeah. I mean, I've made quite a few movies. You know, I started with Lokshin Bioscopes.
Okay.
And right now, you know, I've got, you know, I created the female prison show called Lockdown. I don't know if you guys have seen Lockdown.
Yeah, I've heard of Lockdown. I haven't seen Lockdown.
Yeah.
You must check it out. It's on Showmax.
I die. She died.
Solitary.
Yeah. If you are a corrupt official, I am coming. Your mommy is going to make a plan.
I think you're going to like it here.
Basically, that show, put me on a different level when it comes to filmmaking in South Africa. Yeah, because it was pretty much, orange is the new black for class.
Yes.
And, it was very triggering to a lot of people.
All right.
Yeah. I did watch a few episodes when it came out, and it was
not
absolutely
an easy watch,
out of this world.
But it was amazing. My DOP there was Khaupi, amazing DOP, female DOP.
Okay.
Yeah, and also as well, she brought her sensitivity in it.
Into it.
Yeah, which was beautiful, because remember, sometimes as a guy, you come in, let's do that. You forget to be sensitive in terms of your storytelling.
Yeah. You just go hardcore.
Yeah, and then should go.
Come down.
Slow down.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, did you have a little bit of some range?
Yeah,
because
just ask her what she's going through.
Yeah,
that's it.
Ask nicely.
And now when I approach my directing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very different when dealing with males or we're dealing with females a lot of the time.
That's
so
incredible.
You need to understand how to get the best out of them, because at the end of the day, when you're acting, you cannot see yourself. I'm the one that's seeing what you are doing.
What you're doing.
Yeah. So you can never go, no, it's not all right, let me try it this way. No.
I'm the one who's like,
I'm looking at you. I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
That's right.
And also as well, you got to trust me fully. If you don't trust me,
then we've got a problem.
Work.
The magic is not going to come up.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard so many people, when they describe you, whether it be the actors, they would say to you, one of those directors who let them express themselves and improvise and things like that. How important is it as a director to let the actors be themselves? Very.
Remember, I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah.
So obviously when you come in as an actor or an actress, you might have a bag of tricks that I don't know about.
Okay.
And then when I don't give you that platform, you won't take them out. You'll only go according to script. And 100%. Yet I am missing something that's even bigger that can even take that film to the next level.
Okay.
So when I allow you that place to play, obviously within reason, I'll always bring you back and go, okay, cool, go that direction. But I need to give you that freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that at least you can play. Because remember, you've got stories that I may never know.
Yeah.
You've got sayings.
Experience live a different way.
I mean, I was directing another guy called Oscar.
Okay.
And then he's like, hey, he's doing the scene where my lead character's car was getting repossessed.
Okay.
So he comes into the room and the line was, hey, bro, there's breakdown cars outside. You need to kind of look at that. And then he came in running and said, hey, boss, hey, son, yazin, mina manguwe, ngabe ngaphandle very fast and furious, unamatipa tipa ngaphandle. I mean, tipa. You understand? I was very young when I heard that word. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I could never write that.
Yeah.
The writers could never write that.
Absolutely.
And because you give them that freedom, they take your movie to the next
level.
Wow.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And now let's talk about Masterclass. What is Masterclass for somebody who's never heard of Masterclass, and how did you come up with this idea?
Yeah. How's it, everybody? My name is Mandla N. I'm a professional director, and welcome to my Masterclass. I've always wanted to say that, so thank you very much. It was during COVID. I mean, COVID was a scary time for everybody.
It should be, didn't it?
Yeah, it was scary time for everyone.
Yeah.
And, at the time I'd gone through my separation.
Yeah.
Right.
And now you understand, you're looking at these investments that you've made. You are alone at this house and you're like, jeez, what the hell is going to happen in my life? And remember, when there's a crisis, the first place they cut down is entertainment and the marketing. Yeah. You understand? So now I was sitting thinking, this is the end of me. I've got this pond. I've got my kids and all sorts of things. Wow. What can I do with my craft, to also, give back and also come up with an identity that is basically going to live online, because everything was going online.
That's right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Working from home, doing all sorts of things from home. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me just do what I still do. Okay. So now it started with about 3 people. I'd go live and then they'd go, Mandla, I'm an actor. I'd be like, okay, let me direct you. Let me, enhance your acting. And then they'd, jump on and I'd coach them. Okay, try this. By probably end of the week, we were sitting, every time I'd go on, we're sitting at 80 to 100 people just coming
up. But when you started it, did you know what you were doing, or were you bored and thinking, I just have to move now?
Remember, I wasn't on set. Yeah. You see, I wasn't on set.
Chilling.
So therefore, I was at home.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to do something. What am I going to do? Yeah. You know what I mean? And remember, for us, our job, when you direct, you need to be on set. You can't create a show remotely.
Yeah.
So it was like, this was therapy for me too. It healed me too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I was like, okay, no, this is great. And I would direct different people and I'd find singers and all sorts. And then when it opened up, I created a show called Deep City, which was a telenovela.
Right.
One of the biggest telenovelas in South Africa. Yeah.
Till today, that's for sure.
And remember, 70% of those cast members from my lives.
Oh, I see.
Now tell me, I've been hearing this word telenovela floating about. What exactly is telenovela? Is it something that is continuous?
Telenovela is like, you remember Days of Our Lives?
Yeah.
Bold and the Beautiful?
Okay.
Everyday viewing.
Oh, so my generation,
and generations would be classified as a soapy. So telenovela ends, you know what I mean? It's kind of like sometimes you'll get 2 years or 3 years or 5 years depending on the numbers.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so it's a contract like that. Okay. It's a story that starts and obviously ends.
Has an ending.
If you don't have the numbers, it will end after a year.
Okay.
Sometimes 6 months, depending on who's commissioning.
Okay.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a game of numbers.
Okay.
Numbers don't lie. On our side, if you are not hitting those numbers, trust me, your show is done.
It's over.
Yeah, it's done. The commissioning editors are Indians, right? They know their money.
Yes, that's...
Now,
yeah. They know their money. Know their money, my brother.
I watched
English
you somewhere.
and Jewish people. Yeah. They know,
Okay. I watched you somewhere. You were talking to, I think it was DJ's Boo.
Yeah.
We were talking about AFT?
AFP.
And AFP, yeah. What is that? Because I was trying to understand exactly what you explained there, but I couldn't understand.
AFP is advertiser-funded programming.
Okay.
Yeah. So you said, where do you take these proposals?
Yes.
Yeah. So now what I would do is I'd go, okay, cool. We need to create a show of this young man that's got a dream of, exposing the diaspora and telling these stories about young people. Within, all over the world, and obviously is exposing them to the diaspora. Yeah. How about we do a 13-episode TV show where he basically tries to start this podcast and then the equipment breaks and then they don't want to fund him. But it's a 13-episode TV show. Okay. And then you get a network. Yeah. Kind of like, from South Africa, it would be Vodacom because it's communications, or MTN, I don't know. I mean, this side would be what? T-Mobile or what? What is the side?
It would be 3, it would be
Orange. You know what I mean? Yeah, Orange, whatever. Yeah. And then they would fund that because they're watching your journey build the biggest communication platform.
So they're giving me funds?
They're giving you funds
to do this.
To basically do 13 episodes for you to do the production. Yeah. So you'd get the directors, the producers, and they basically tell the story of this young black man coming from Africa and starting the biggest podcast in London.
Wow.
So what about the fully?
And they'd watch it 13 episodes, your trials and tribulations, your, kind of like, what is it, Will Smith's movie with his little kid.
Fresh Pins?
No,
with his
Pursuit
little
of
kid.
Happiness.
Exactly.
The Pursuit of Happiness, yeah.
So that would be, and you sell
Yeah.
that to a
Wow.
mobile company. That would be advertiser-funded programming.
Oh,
It's
right.
not coming from channel going, okay,
Right.
create this show for me.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's
All
kind of
right.
like a long ad.
Yeah.
All right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So
Fully-
obviously that means they would have some sort of title and maybe
Yeah.
a little bit of branding
A
involved.
little bit. Also, as well, from a story point of view. Also, as well, if you've got a great client, they'll exist on the socials.
Oh,
They'll also exist on the
yes.
activations.
course,
Yeah.
of
They'll
course.
also exist on the premiere. On also, you know what I mean. Also, as well, they'll have maybe opening, closing billboard in the beginning and the end. That's it.
Wow.
You don't want them to play in the story because
Yeah.
if they play in the story, then it becomes an ad. It's not an
Oh.
advertiser-funded program anymore.
Okay.
see.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Now then,
You
I've done a lot
definitely
of
are
shows like that.
creative. You are
Sorry?
You are definitely 100% creative.
Why?
You've literally just come up with that plot in like
Oh,
2 seconds.
the African story of a guy who's making a
I'd want to
podcast.
watch that in the middle of London. Hood. I'd want to watch that. Wouldn't you want to watch that?
Nah,
100%.
definitely.
And now he's trying to buy his first mic, and then as he's got his equipment, this guy from
And
Africa
breaks
pumps it and breaks it.
Now, to cheer things up, we've got a game called Would You Rather. Miss
yeah.
Anonymous, I don't know if you've got your game ready.
Yeah, I
so
do.
we can pick Mandla's brain. Don't go easy on him. Because
I'm really not good at
Yeah.
quiz games, things to do with the mind.
No, I'm gonna keep
memory,
it. I'm gonna
all
keep
of
it
that.
on creativity.
yeah,
I'm gonna
creativity.
keep it.
grill him a little bit. Yeah.
Yo,
Okay, so right, so I'm gonna give you like a production challenge.
all right.
Okay, so would you rather handle a last-minute location change or a technical malfunction with your equipment during a critical scene?
I would rather a last-minute location change
Ooh, why?
because for me, every space, there's always beauty in space. You know what I mean?
Okay.
In every location. So when it's a last-minute location change, it's still good because I can still
You
shoot.
can still.
But if it's malfunctioning, trust
You've got a problem.
I've got a problem. And remember, on our side, every second is money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe that. Okay, question number 2. Cameo appearances.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, like you tend to have an all-star cast, so you're quite used to this. But I'm going to ask you this anyway. Would you rather have a cameo in your film featuring a popular Amapiano artist or a well-known comedian to bring some humor to the scene?
Right now, definitely an Amapiano artist, because
We know who got the job.
as you know,
We know who got the job.
as you know, it's Amapiano to the world.
Hey.
It's Amapiano to the world. Everyone's got their era and their time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
Of course.
Understand? Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
true.
When it's not your time, you can produce hits. But if it's not
Yeah.
your time, it's not your time.
It's not
That's
happening.
right.
Yeah.
That's
True.
right.
So
That's
right now it's
crazy.
piano's time. That's why it will be that piano artist.
Artist.
Piano to
Yeah.
the world for sure. Hey.
No, for sure.
One more?
That's the reason
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yes, of course.
One more?
100%. Okay, one more.
Yeah.
Directorial style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you rather focus on visually stunning shots that tell the story without words
Mm-hmm.
or rely on powerful dialogue and performances to drive the narrative?
Dialogue and performances to drive the narrative.
Okay.
Because remember, at the end of the day, I can shoot with my phone, but if the story is compelling, the whole world will watch.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
That's true. I like
Play
that.
Witch
Mic drop.
Project.
Yep.
It was the biggest movie back in the day. I was
That's
like, okay, I don't
true.
understand it.
Yeah.
And the cameras all over the place,
Yeah.
but it grabbed the world.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's not about, the big picture, the visuals, all of that, the story. People latch on to story.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can shoot with anything. But if your story, narrative is king.
That's true.
Yeah.
Narrative
yeah.
is king.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
that's how you keep authenticity.
Authenticity
to
is
your work.
everything because that's the only thing I have. That's what I know best. That's the
Wow.
only export I have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I cannot export rapper or a London accent in the middle, you'll see through it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Mara,
make sure.
Ikaslam, I'll export and I'll stand for it anywhere in the world.
Amazing.
Because, you know, it's authentic. Look at who's this? I mean, if you look at, you know, the South American movies, you know, the Cuban
Latina
movies,
stuff.
Latina stuff, you know what I mean? The Pablo Escobar movies.
Yeah. Oh God,
They don't try and translate into English.
No, they keep
Spanish.
They stay to their thing.
You know what I mean?
That's it,
and the whole world gravitates towards that. So
Yeah.
even for us, you know, we need to do that. I guess it's a psychological thing. Shows a lot with self-love.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we're trying every day.
Amazing.
Sure.
I like that, man. Now let's dive straight into it. I know somebody's probably watching this and thinking, come on, man, let's talk about Piano Love.
Isikhathi hip hop isiphelile. Uyazi na?
Azingimele dog.
I have never used or seen drugs a day in my life.
Uzimisele wenza noma yini. Noma yini.
Noma yini.
Young love had me dumbstruck. Dreams come true. Mama used to think it was just dumb love. Papa wasn't liking what his son does, and I've been thinking about your night until the sun's up. Young love, I see God in your eyes, no one judge. Love got me high and I don't want drugs, and I've been thinking about your night until the sun's up.
Now, what creeps into your mind to say, I want to do this kind of a movie?
Ideas, my man, you know, I think everywhere is an idea. I mean, you know, as you said, we just came up with a nice idea together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, when you look at piano and what piano is doing for South Africa, you know, I'm part of that story.
Yeah.
I needed to be part of that kind of success in my way.
Yeah.
And my way is filmmaking.
Sure.
That's how I can give back. That's how I can basically make a mark.
Yeah.
And, you know, the idea came when I was like, okay, cool, this is really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
I see where the movement is going and how can I capture the movement and the sound.
Yeah.
Especially when I created it with Boom, it was like, you know, this is exactly what we need for the world. It's exactly where, how we can export our culture and showcase piano.
Yeah.
And freeze time. My job is to freeze time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I need to freeze time. I need to capture time so that 10, 15, 20 years from now, people can go, remember when Piano Love came out? Remember these songs. Remember all of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's something beautiful.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
amazing.
if I watch Romeo and Juliet right now, I'm like, I remember you high school, primary school.
English literature.
Yeah, English literature, the Immaculate. You know what I mean? People must remember Biblos and Bunche and Cuesta. They must remember that, you know?
Yeah.
Now, with the name Piano Love, was that the initial name or it initially changed? Or is that the name that you started with?
Yeah, that's the name I started with, you know, Piano Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember in South Africa, it's not really, it's Amapiano.
Yeah.
But in South Africa, you know, the slang name from Amapiano is piano.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, the most natural way to say Amapiano was piano. Or
Because
that's how I know it.
Amapiano Love.
Amapiano Love, it won't
didn't
sit
take.
proper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also as well, remember, it needs to be loaded, you know. When you're just an ordinary person who doesn't know the genre, you're watching Piano Love. All right, let me see what that's about.
Let me see what that is
And
about.
then
That's
you
true.
come in and you discover this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now then, I've watched it because obviously we're at the screening of Piano Love.
Yeah.
Amazing piece of work. I heard somebody says when you tell their stories, I say, you kind of put a bit of sprinkle on it. But you explained it by saying, Guti, you know what? I'd rather use the more expensive equipment because I want to, when they watch it, they can look at our story as clean as possible.
Yeah.
Right. Now, in terms of money-wise, with equipment, those kind of things, is it not challenging for you to get like the proper equipment, or you just don't care? You just go with it. You do whatever it takes.
No. Proper equipment is very important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like with you. You know, what gets you kind of, the right sound, the right everything. You need to invest.
Yeah.
Right.
And remember, I've been doing it for a minute, So I invested in the equipment, I invested in the cameras, I invested in the studios.
Yeah.
So for me, it's this is like, 20 years, 25 years of work to be an overnight star.
Yeah. So you're sitting there now. You're coming up with an idea of Piano Love.
Mm-hmm.
The cost.
Yeah.
You could have chosen anybody else because I'm actors. There's so many actors in South Africa.
Yeah, huge. And I know I'm going to get a whole lot of slack for that, but I mean,
Yeah.
flack for that, but it's all right.
No, I'm sure you're used to it. I'm sure you're used to it.
Yeah.
And if you don't get the slack, then that means you didn't do anything.
No,
you should get
for
a slack.
For sure. I will. People are gonna be like, why Cresta? Why Buntle?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And for me, why I chose Cresta is this is Cresta's story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is exactly Cresta.
The story.
Yeah.
There was a point. I mean, when I connected with Cresta, I connected with him back in the day where I think he had just left his label, which was Slick and them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before Ngutu.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, man, he's male, you understand?
Yeah.
I was like, yo, it's like a son, I'm trying to push. I don't have, a firm team. He was with his manager, not at the time. Both very young. And I was like, hey, my guy, it's all right. Whatever I can help, it's all good. You know?
Yeah.
And then after he created Ngutu, you know what I mean? Everything changed. Especially for the man and the brand and all of that.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm watching a lot of these hip hop guys who are huge.
Yeah.
Now there's not a lot of bookings. The game has kind of literally stopped because it's piano. You understand?
Yeah.
And not just that, also the Kwaito, we saw it with Kwaito when Home came in.
That's
Big
true.
Star had to kind of
and then
either you adapt or you shift a little bit. Yeah.
And for me, it was like, Cresta, you've never changed your voice. Don't change your voice to be part of the movement.
Yeah.
How can you bring your voice to be part of the movement?
Into the movement.
Right.
And that's what Cresta has always done with his brand, He's always been that number one Kasi boy.
Yeah.
You understand? But Cresta is loved by high-end bourgeois, North,
100%.
because he never changes his voice.
Yeah, that's true.
That's Cresta and his hood.
Yeah.
You see, so taking that story, because I knew there was truth there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then with Buntle, I mean, when it comes to piano and dancing and all of that, it's Buntle. You know what I mean?
100%.
Top dancer.
It had to be
Yeah.
Buntle. It had to be Buntle's story. This.
Yeah.
And
that's for sure.
pairing those two,
Yeah.
I knew I had gold. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I don't think South African actors would have given me that. Also, as well, coming from a point of truth.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, even when Cresta, kind of, when he has his interviews, he tells them that this is my story. I see myself in this.
That's it.
I think even Buntle said that. She was
That's
like, this is
true.
my story.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Buntle, it was a healing process for Buntle,
Yes.
because she went through a lot of, I mean, the stories are triggering,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's,
Yes.
we deal with heavy issues as
Gotcha.
light in the backdrop
Yeah.
of Amapiano. And a lot of artists go through that, you know what I mean? Be it the money side or sexual harassment side.
Yes.
You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
That's
Yeah.
our industry.
Yeah.
Did you go through a lot of names at all? Like, or did you just see the story and you just had like
I wrote it for
those?
them. I wrote it for them.
So it was literally
Directly.
a story.
Yeah,
written.
As a
Wow.
business, we wrote it for them.
That's incredible.
When you call Questa, did he understand, or was he like?
He did. I mean, Pella, I've got a relationship with Questa, so it was very easy. It was like, hey, yo, bro,
Right.
yeah, remember? And we spoke about this back in the day.
Yeah.
Where I was like, hey, man, I want to write something for you. Obviously, it was a different movie at the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, I want to write something for you. Also, when you meet Questa is a funny dude, is a,
Chilled
he's a
out,
wordsmith,
yeah.
is proper,
Yeah.
There's the persona,
Yes.
and then there's the
There's
real
the real-
man.
yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So, obviously, when I called him, I was like, it's that time. And he's like, yo,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Because for Questa, it's his
Wow.
debut. Because he's never acted before.
It's never done. He carried it, eh?
Yeah.
He carried
Oh
it.
my
He was
gosh,
there.
he was incredible.
there,
He was
carried it.
fantastic.
He was
Yeah.
good. Nah, he was.
My God, I mean, I thought maybe he's already done a few.
No.
Yeah, like
And remember,
it's brilliant.
on our side as well, I need to make sure that the camera compliments him.
Yeah.
As well, the camera performs with him.
Yeah.
That's
You see.
true.
Okay.
So
So,
that
there
at
has to
least-
be a chemistry between an actor and the camera as well.
100%.
All the time,
All
all the
Okay.
time,
Yeah.
and the music, and how I bring in the music, and how I, you understand, the mood music needs to help him as well.
Yeah. I remember watching, I remember watching an interview with you and Lorna for that prison break type of movie, not telenovela. Lockdown, that's it. And she was explaining how where there's music coming in, you literally give them a little bit of musical notes or like a kind of a beat to like say, okay, so when this scene starts or at this point, the music's going to come in and it's going to go at this beat, and it kind of paces them. Like, I've never seen a director do that. Like,
true.
How do you see come up with those kind of things?
For me, I understand music. I made a lot of music in my life.
Right.
So
sense of instrumental.
So obviously, and I still make music for all the shows.
Yes.
You see, I make original music. So what I'll do is, already when I direct a scene, I'll know the type of track I'm going to play.
Wow.
Okay. So I
complimented the scoring. I literally like, my gosh, the scoring
was amazing.
Top. Jeez. Yeah,
so
that's
even
wild.
in end of scenes, if let's say, I'm directing you, I'll go, okay, cool. Look at her. 2, 3, 4. Look down. 2, 3, 4, and now breathe. You see?
Okay.
So now when I edit it, it's gonna go boom.
Yeah.
Because you've got a secret with her, right? But you don't know if you need to go on with the secret. But maybe I should.
Oh wow!
You see?
Get it.
So it's exactly that. So if I direct it like that, you'll also feel it. Because now obviously you looked at her, but the music is doing all the work.
That's it. 100%.
But you see, if I don't have the music, sometimes if let's say I don't have the track, I know how to count music. So I'll know exactly. I'll go look at her.
3, 4.
Look back, and then most of the music, it's that beat.
That's
Even
it.
if it's a slow, you know what I mean? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It is what it is.
Oh, wow.
No matter how you look at it, you know what I mean? It's music.
That's it.
Yeah.
Quite interesting,
So I think that's what makes a lot of Black Brain shows different.
Yes.
Because of the also as well, I love the folk music. I love the traditional music, and also so that's what I can bring the musical side.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see that in Piano Love. That's for sure.
That's a top movie. I think it's gonna blow, man. Definitely,
100%.
people are gonna watch it.
I'm excited. Obviously, really nervous, but at the end of the day, it's up to the film gods, right?
Yeah, but let's talk about it, man. You said it took about 8 days.
Yeah, the thing is, when you're doing things independent, you got to always gauge your time. Time is money.
Okay.
So what I had to do, I had to go, okay, cool. How do I make a choice? Because now at the end of the day, I can't take out Questa. And Buntle out of the schedule. They're not actors. You understand? So they need to have the patience of being on set, the discipline of being on set. And most of the time, they don't have that discipline. You understand?
Yeah.
Because obviously for them, they're like thinking, they're going to be there for an hour and hour.
112. 112, we're going home.
I mean, the first day, he was like, yo, no way. And I remember he's on set. He hasn't shot for about 4 hours, 5 hours, because I'm busy trying to fix other scenes.
My God.
You know what I mean? So the patience level. And also you have to catch them. You have to catch them, either really early in the morning, because after 3, now everyone's calling them, hey, dude, I've got this, I've got that. Can you take a booking? And it's in the middle of my night scene. Now I have to move all sorts of things. So I knew what I was getting myself into. I knew that I wasn't going to have enough time. So what I did is I prepped before.
Okay.
And I prepped them before, spoke to them before, so that they knew exactly what they were getting themselves into. So when I was on set, I said, okay, cool. In terms of my team, the DOPs, everything. 2 takes and out. Brother.
2 takes.
2 takes and out. Wow.
We need to, sharp if you need the 3, but that's our motto. Because these people, they don't have time. They're superstars. You know what I mean? They need to be out. When they arrive, they need to take an hour. Makeup, wardrobe, everything. They need to take an hour before they come to me. And probably like 10 minutes before they come to me, they need to go to my creative producer who's going to explain story, re-explain story, re-explain everything, run lines. While they're doing that, remember, I'm prepping my scene. I'm doing my movements. I've got markers that obviously can move towards the scene so that when they come in, I go, okay, cool. this is going to be the scene.
Yeah.
And then I go, action. The guys walk it, and they watching it with me. Oh, can you see exactly where you're gonna walk? Brilliant, lovely.
Yeah.
Done. Go in now.
Go do your stuff.
And then they.
Oh, I
do it.
see.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
how
So I
do
had to
you
plan it proper.
how do you handle continuity in such a short time?
Yeah, 8 days.
I mean, I watched the film and I can see that it was done in 8 days. You know, other people, some of them can't.
Yeah.
But
Right,
I can see the can't. I can see mistakes. I can see performances. Because I'm a director. But, but at the end of the day, you see, this was a huge in with Netflix for us because obviously there's 3 of these type of projects that I did to sell to them and say, guys, we Black Brain, we're different. We do, the stories are going to be different.
Of course.
Yeah. And now they've given me a huge original.
Wow.
Which means, they've given me, when you can shoot 2 scenes a day.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Relax and plot it and have, choppers and all sorts.
Wow.
So now I'm moving into that budget, you see, which is very different from a mentality point of view.
Yeah, of course.
In terms of the planning and all sorts.
Yeah.
But with Questa, with this movie, it was gorilla. We had to run. And in terms of continuity,
yes.
As I said, you got to plan. Planning is everything.
Yeah.
And also remember, I've got my HODs and I've got my creative producer that needs to show that needs to go through everything before they come on set.
So is there any scene that you were like, oof, we need to recall this scene and the continuity is not balancing?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
But I remember, I edit. I'm an editor. I edit. So sometimes I'll go, I don't go to that shot. Or if I see with Esa, the lady's fluffing her lines. I'll go. I'll cut to you and you go, what? Back to the
somebody else.
Now I'm cutting all your lines out. Back to you when you're nodding. Back to this guy. I've cut everything.
Oh, I see.
So now I had to do a lot of surgery. I call it surgery.
Yeah.
To polish some of the scenes and everything. But the story holds. As long as the story holds, that is all that matters. The music, everything, the culture. That's why now moving into Piano Love 2.
Oh,
that's
already
something else.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Guys.
I like that.
That's literally an exclusive, right?
Yeah, it's an exclusive. and remember, Piano Love 2 is a global movie now because it's Piano to the World, right?
Yes.
Right.
So
love it.
We've got our producers here as well.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So it's going to be an amazing journey. You know what I mean?
That is dope, man.
Yeah. It's going to be an amazing journey.
Oh no, we would absolutely love to see that. We will be definitely keeping our eyes peeled out for it.
For sure.
That's
beautiful.
That's awesome, man. Now I was gonna ask you. You said the actors have to be really obviously patient on set.
Yeah.
How patient are you when somebody's fluffing their lines or if somebody's just not doing it right? How patient are you?
It's my
as
job.
a person? Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's my job. It's without my patience and me being calm.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever.
So you never lose it on set on some high man.
I cannot lose it.
Hi man.
If you are giving me problems on set,
yeah,
or you're fluffing lines,
yeah,
I'll go brilliant. I love that. Let's try it like this.
Yeah.
Psychologically, I need to work with your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The minute you can see that I'm like, hey, this one is not. You will never give me what I need.
Yeah.
But if you fluff and I go, oh, brilliant, that's not bad. Maybe let's try it like this.
Yeah.
And then you fluff again. I go, okay, cool. No, not bad at all. I like that.
Yeah.
And then you fluff again.
Mm.
You know, then I can say, okay, cool, I'm going to have a little bit of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the only thing I do, I go, okay, cool, brilliant. Okay, cool. Let's move on from this scene.
Yeah.
And then I'll get my creative producer to run lines with you, make sure you are comfortable and everything.
Okay.
And then I'll reshoot that scene much later on in life.
Yeah.
If I can see, I am never going to get anything.
Yeah.
I can spot it in about a minute. Okay, I'm not going to win from this character. I'll go, okay, cool. Nice, you know what? Let's drop those scenes, and then I'm going to phone your agent and recast you.
Wow.
Ah, I get that.
Wow. Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
But I'll never be like, hey, Baba, hey, oh,
You're
That's
ruining my thing.
Yeah.
Also, as well, psychologically, remember, it's your dream.
That's true.
So it's my responsibility to make sure that I keep that dream alive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And remember, you may be bad now.
Yeah.
But then tomorrow you may come with newfound fire.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, so I need to make sure that I'm sensitive to everyone's dream. That's the responsibility of a director.
Sure.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Also, as well, I need to build you psychologically all the time. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Love your style, love your outfit. Even
So
though
you got to
I know
encourage.
it's shit.
Yeah.
Give it a bit of
But
encouragement.
it's all right. It is what it is. I have to.
Yeah.
Because I need to build you psychologically.
Yeah.
You'll never give me 100% if you don't feel confident.
Confident
you
in
don't
100%.
if you don't trust me.
Yes.
And
100%.
part of trusting me, I need to build that trust. I need to compliment you. I need to like everything about you so that you can go, oh, have you seen this side of me?
Yeah.
Have you seen this side of me? Oh, have you seen that? You know I can do this. You know I can do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that's when I can get the best out of you.
Yeah.
But if you are scared of me and you are a bit off and you feel like, oh, I can't speak to that guy,
Yes.
I'm never going to
Makes
get the best out of you.
100%.
Cool.
Now, Piano Love. Let's talk about other characters in Piano Love. We've spoken about Cuesta. I think he plays Sipho. Buntle plays is Larato.
Yeah. Plays Lerato, and then I've got Biblos.
Biblos.
Who's
Yes.
Yeah.
So Biblos is like a villain, yeah.
He's a villain. He's a villain.
He's got surprises.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It does.
that character. Did you know Biblos? Did he act somewhere before? How did you get him for that character?
Peter Mashiko is a South African legend, my brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's huge in South Africa.
Yeah.
No
So
matter how
when you
look at-
contacted him,
So when I spoke to him,
yeah,
he was like, yo, Mandla, I've always wanted to work with you. And I was like, yeah,
Shucks.
this is it, my brother. I've always wanted to work with you.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So let's go.
yeah,
We have to move, And he was like, I love it. I obviously gave him the character. He's like, no.
yeah,
He's also from Soweto.
yeah.
Yeah.
So easy.
So he understands the nuances. So we could really
course.
relate. We could go, okay, cool. Yazin, let me give you the twitch. So
Okay.
I gave him little nuances.
Yeah.
The wiping of Ukozi, kissing.
Okay.
Just
Where did that come from?
remember,
Where did the wiping of Ukozi come from?
Remember, at the end of the day, you have to build an interesting thing about the character.
Sure.
And it's not after you watch it the second or the third time, that's when you start discovering little things that you might like. You know?
Exactly.
Your favorite moments.
Yeah.
So with Biblos, I knew it's okay if I build this character. Remember, there's guys like that in the hood. You
Yeah.
That's
understand?
it.
Yeah, this is not a made-up character.
Yeah.
But because it's for TV, give him a nice little handkerchief and let him wipe that ring of his. and
Give it a sauce.
Give it you understand? Also as well, because he's a super villain, you can't just, make him bland.
Yeah.
So that eye twitch is a big thing. And remember that eye
Yes.
twitch comes from, when you drink too much and all sorts of things. And then you have, you understand?
100%.
Yeah. And he did it so well.
And remember, there's people that do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about the young actors?
And
that
then Given, you remember Given grew up in South Africa.
Yeah. It's okay.
He grew up in South African TV.
Yeah.
You understand? He's South Africa's royalty, the young man who played Questa's
cousin brother. Yeah.
yeah, cousin brother. You know what I mean? He's South Africa's royalty. I mean, we knew him from high. He
Yeah.
did shows with DJ Spoo and all sorts. And when he transitioned
Yeah.
to being a Grootman, it
Yeah.
was a difficult time in his life.
Okay.
Yeah, like any other child star. Psychologically, it's not. I mean, you've seen them. You've seen them. Justin Bieber's, the
Yes.
Miley
Yes.
Cyrus's.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
when they transition.
Position.
To,
That's a different story.
Yeah, so when he did that, tattoos, problems,
God.
media problems.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Sure.
So he went through all of that before Piano Love. That's why he's forever grateful to Piano Love because he says, Mandla Ntwana, you bringing me back. You brought
Oh,
me
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good, man.
back. And you also have to be sensitive to that. You have to You have to be sensitive to where he is
Yeah.
from a mindset point of view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Wow.
the judgment. He grew up
Yeah.
with eyes around him every day.
Yeah.
So psychologically, it's not like me and you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we find fame after 18 and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just hit him there.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously the sensitivity, all sorts, the
Sure.
sense of entitlement, sense of, you have to break down all those things to
And
get
just
the performance.
nurture him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's brilliant, man. Piano Love. I'm gonna watch it again. I've seen the screening.
Yeah.
I want people to go and watch it, man. If you're watching this, please go watch Piano Love.
You know, we must break the record. You know what I mean? In terms of one of the biggest watch shows in Netflix.
100%.
So please go out there and watch it. You know, and thanks to my team. You know, I've got the most amazing team. Yeah. You know what I mean? My DOP lovers, my creative producer Melissa, my producers Zikona. Finally, my executive producer and partner Mpumi.
Sure.
I've got, you know, the Kitus, marketing, Laurentius, everything.
Yeah.
You know, they were really big. I mean, they did a huge job just marketing this entire film.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, before you go, there's something that I wanted to ask you. You said in one of your interviews, Uti, when you were a director or when you were acting, with other kids, because they were privileged, they had equipment. Let's say you were creating a set. When I say, they've got beds and whatnot, they can do all those kind of things. And you went through that challenge, right? Now, as a well-organized, I would say, director, working with Netflix, working with bigger companies, what kind of challenges are you going through right now? Because it's definitely not easy for you.
Nah, it'll never be easy. It's just, you know, the challenges is keeping your voice. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you go through a lot of that because for them, you know, they have to trust you with a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they'll bring in guys that will come in. You know, this is the writer from Sweden who wrote this movie, and this is the writer from, and then they come in and you're like, my brother, you don't even know this character.
Yeah.
But it's all right. Yeah. And then they have to impose their thing and go, yeah, this is the type of how we mold it. This is, you understand?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But at the end of the day, I need to watch that I never lose my voice.
Yeah.
And Black Brain never loses what we are exporting, which is our culture, us.
Right.
Yes. Because you don't want to dilute it. The minute you bring it to an international platform, it must always feel raw and authentic and as South African as Piano Love is. You know what I mean? So people must gravitate and they must just find our language beautiful and authentic. We don't have to now switch it up and make our villains speak English. Make our villains wear do-rags.
You know what
I mean? Then it means we're dumbing it down, you know? So it's just, I need to make sure that as Black Brain, we keep our voice.
Yeah. Wow. Nah, bro. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. Thank you very much for coming to our podcast.
Thank you.
And I'm also gonna say, Uti, thank you for being so humble. For someone like you, Uti Manji and Zama movie, Netflix and whatnot, you still keep your feet on the ground as well.
I'm just kidding.
Nah, we really appreciate that, man. Moving forward, what would you like people to do? Do you want them to share? Do you want them to subscribe?
I want them to share.
How can they help you?
You know, I want them to share. I want them to basically, you know, when it drops on Friday, they must be there. Even if they switch it on and they don't watch it, it's all right.
Yeah.
Every time, even if they watch other shows, they must just go.
Just leave it running.
You understand?
In the background.
It's important for us because it keeps it makes Piano Love too.
Yeah.
It makes other shows.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
So if they can just go out and just watch it on Netflix. And also another big thing is, you know, they must follow us on our socials and all sorts. Yeah. And if they do crazy things, accents, whatever, tag me because, you know, we are, as I said, you know, we'll be doing quite a lot of global films. Yeah. And I need to know what people can do.
Wow. I love it. Miss Anonymous, I think we're running out of time. And we usually do a prank call. But we didn't prepare for it because I wanted, normally when we interview someone, we ask them to call one person that we can prank. Do you have anyone in mind that we can call?
I'm gonna miss London.
Nah, if we can't prank anyone, it's cool.
Let's call who? I mean, royalty. I think maybe, you know, let's call Megan. Megan who? Megan who?
Nah, it's cool. It's okay. Yeah, we'll leave it. There's no. I just thought one of your team, anyone that you know that's in here, that you can call them and be like, yo, listen, something happened, blah, blah, blah. You can come up with a story.
Network, and it would have been so beautiful, bro.
If you got a number that you can give us.
Everything,
Let's see if we can connect.
Yeah, okay.
Who are we going to call? Who's here?
Actually.
I'm already connected to it.
Yeah?
I'm fighting. You already connected. Let's call. Let's go. Oh,
no, we just need the number.
No, but the number so that it's authentic. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, she might already know, like.
Yeah.
She'll be like, what? Wait, so then you trying to mess about. Okay. What's the plan, though?
The plan?
No, yeah. Sometimes I push it fine. So
no, just say, I'm arrested.
Arrested.
Yeah.
Wait, where is she?
No, this is Kitu.
Kitu, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's +27.
0027, yeah.
Yeah, 76.
Oh, you have to do it on WhatsApp then, yeah?
430.
430.
Yes, okay. Because Manji says keeping number.
I was about to say, like.
Yeah, basically, I'm arrested. What for though?
Mistaken identity? I don't know. What?
Mistake? I don't know. Mistake. Yeah, I didn't have my passport.
Oh yeah. You couldn't identify yourself.
Yeah. Over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So you are calling, and then you're saying, you wait.
Asa.
Let's get this right. You didn't identify yourself. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. 7 bang forgiven.
They're holding me, so I need you to come.
Yeah.
Okay, let's proceed.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Pega, I need you to get Mpumi on the line. I've just been arrested right now because I didn't have
Hold on.
I don't have my passport now. Or put me on speaker.
Hello?
I don't Pega and I'm petang a passport, you know what I mean? And they saying identity, they're about to put me in a van. You know what I mean? I don't even know where that podcast was. I was outside, you know what I mean? So I don't know what's happening.
So you need the passport.
We're in Hackney, all right? Can you please?
Where are we, ma'am? Yes.
We are in Hackney.
And where are we going? Which police station, ma'am?
We're going to Hackney Borough Station right now.
But it's
Hackney.
Yeah.
So what do we need to bring?
What do we need to bring? Just my...
all your identity documents, all right? Just bring all of your identity documents.
All my identity documents.
To prove that you are who you say you are.
Oh, okay. So I'll go to the hotel and get them now. Okay.
You will be here. You will stay. You will be staying here until Monday. Okay.
But why Monday? I have to go home now.
Well, you need to identify yourself. Okay.
Okay, it's fine. Let me get to.
Or maybe
I'll call the embassy as well. Let me call the embassy. Yeah, let me speak to.
Are you gonna call the embassy as well?
Yes, but I just need to know what's happening because it doesn't make sense.
I know.
Is it just a case of...
No, but if all identity, you know what I mean? Now.
Okay.
Good
hello.
Afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes,
who am I
how are you,
speaking to? I'm well, thank you.
I'm speaking to Mpumelelo. I'm Manza's colleague.
Right. Well, the best thing that I can advise you right now is to make sure you bring the identity documents.
So the
Monday.
passport, right? Because that's the. But why is it Monday?
Well, unfortunately, we can't process anything unless we get to the station, so it has to be on Monday. Okay.
On Monday, we don't even know. I don't even know where Hackney is. Sorry, just trying to figure out what's happening right now. What is the issue? Sorry.
All right. It's okay. You don't need to give me the attitude over the phone, okay? I'll
Hello?
just give you all. I'll make sure you get all the details, okay? You no need to give me any attitude over the phone, all right? I think I've given you enough details.
Okay. All right. And great. Let me speak to Manza.
All right, I'll pass you on.
Sure, I'm done.
Why does she sound like AI?
What do you mean she sounds like AI?
What the Bro,
What do you mean?
what do you mean she sounds like AI, bro?
She's sounding like AI, bro.
So you think it's Mandla's voice? We've changed it near AI. So this is Mandla's voice. We changed it to AI. Is that what you're saying?
You've just been pranked, bro.
I know. I got you.
It's like, why does she sound like... Let me speak to Mandla. Why does she sound like AI?
What do you want Mandla to say? She's AI, bro.
AI?
Just come get me. Don't worry about AI.
Like, dude, like, how do I sound like AI? Like, that's crazy.
Right, that was good. How you doing, Maji? Are you good?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
Yeah,
I'm fine now. I'm sweating right now.
Yeah.
I was about to call the embassy, the president,
I'll call the embassy.
everyone.
Nah, you can chill, man. You can chill, literally.
Now you can relax.
Okay.
Yeah, so the whole of London basically witnessed you panic
Yeah. We'll have to put his
right now.
Thank you very much for taking part, my G. Finding the signal.
All right, cool.
Don't forget to subscribe, yeah?
I will.
Like, share, and comment,
No,
my
all
G.
the best, guys. All the best, guys. Piano love.
To the world, brother.
Piano love, 6th of September to the world.
Yeah.
Piano prank. Yeah, now I drop that. Finally, we got it. Well done, Miss.
Yeah, well done.
Well done, Miss AI.
Your performance.
So, Piano 2, we've got an actor here, AI. Please, director, if you want
You're
somebody
done.
to do some job.
But why does she sound like AI?
Shit. Anyway, before we go, I usually ask my guests if there's anyone dead or alive that you'd like to give flowers to and say, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I
My
am.
parents, man. My parents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
straight
my
up.
Parents, yeah, straight up, bro. They
Both.
gave me everything. Yeah, both.
Okay.
They gave me everything, my man. You know, I'm here because of them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also as well, I think it's part of the success is because of them. You understand? Yeah.
No, that's good, man.
Yeah.
And if there's anyone watching here, Uguti, they want to go and watch Love Piano or Piano Love, actually.
Piano Love.
Why? Why should I watch Piano Love?
I think, you'll connect with the characters.
Yeah.
You'll also learn a lot about South Africa, especially, just the architect of South Africa, in some places within South Africa.
Yeah.
Also, you'll be captured by the music, the rhythm of piano, the lock drum will hit you so hard. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Tango. It is your boy, Mr. MDK. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mandla N.
Thank you.
Insha, your game.
Hey.
And please, on my right over there, we've got my co-host. We've just landed the Finding the Signal plane.
Hey.
The AI lady.
She sounds like
Hey, Boomy. Yeah.
Please don't forget
Thank
to
you,
like,
guys.
share, subscribe as well. Piano Love. Go and watch it. It's amazing. I've seen the screening of it. It's top. And I'm going to watch it again and again and again as well.
This is going to be the first time MDK repeats a movie. I'm telling you, this is momentous.
I'm not good at repeating. But this one, I'm going to repeat because it is that good. I'm going to repeat it.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's your boy MDK, Mr. Marathon, Mr. Music, Mr. DJ, Mr. Podcaster, Mr. Everything.
Hey.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mandla.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
And to my audience as well, thank you very much.
Wowzer.
Oh, you sound like AI, ne?
Isikhathi hip hop siphelile. Uyazi na.
Azingimele dog.
I have never used or seen drugs a day in my life.
Uzimisele wenza noma yini? Noma yini.
Noma yini.
Young love had me dumbstruck. Mama used to think it was just dumb love. Papa wasn't liking what his son does, and I've been thinking about your night until the sun's up. Young love, I see God in your eyes, no one judge. Love got me high and I don't want drugs. And I've been thinking about your night until the sun's up.